I have to be patient and my time will come. I'm on the verge of a burnout. That's freeing, deleting things that you're scared to delete. The most important thing in this entire process is just, I cried so hard at the part where I just have absolute clarity now that essentialism is the way. Gone through all types of doubt throughout this process, questioning my creative abilities. The flow is different than I expected. If I'm too caught up in perfection, I'm never gonna. My entire plans have been shattered. All these types of systems keep me gamified and in motion. As much as I want to keep this in, I can't. It is so easy to get lost in all this stuff. It really took 2020 for me to realize what is more important. So now the new plan is one of these two. Someday, this is all gonna pay off. Bit by bit, day by day, step by step. I just cried so much in that series near the end, especially when Mr. Shively died. But holy fuck, that ending. What a great fucking series. This just, oh my god, man. I have no words. That was phenomenal. That was a fucking great series. I'm really enjoying these limited series that are just like longer than movies, but not big enough to be full-on TV shows. Something magical about that. Wow. Highly impressed by this entire fucking thing, man. Minus, I cried so fucking hard at the part where she did not even pay back her original mentor and didn't honor him, or barely honored him until the end. For me, what really killed me was that scene where she's in the basement and goes and sees all of the articles and everything about her that the original mentor had tracked over the years as they lost contact, and it just, fuck, that just broke my fucking heart, man. Can't do that. Gotta honor the origins. I'm about to fucking get choked up just thinking about it. After watching something like that, my great dilemma is like, how do I make film that good of my day-to-day life? And how can I find a way to get shots that are that clean? Like the camera that they use plus that beautiful fucking lens. For me, I'm like, I really want a videographer to just follow me around everywhere. That's, I want this so badly. I want to get so good at storytelling. Wow. So even though shots don't make it, I wish I had a double-sided camera recording myself and the other person. I wish I had a videographer that followed me everywhere and just told the story, because someday I'm going to be amazing at storytelling and I just need that level of film to follow me in my day-to-day. Because again, my goal is to make vlogs so good that they are like must-watch film. I'm inspired. Highly recommend Queen's Gambit on Netflix if you are interested in watching something insane. Another reason why I just love this series is seeing very inspirational stories where the odds are stacked against you and you either like skill your way out of it or you will your way out of it. And I think she did both here. Oh god. It just reminds me that I can do it too. I might not be a prodigy at chess or something like that, but maybe I'm a prodigy in something I just don't know yet. And like, what if that's the case for actually like everyone? I mean, that actually kind of logically makes sense. And it aligns to my long-term vision, which is I think that everyone has a gift for something and has something out there that they would love doing. Not just like I enjoy my job, but like I love my role in this world type of thing. And what if you're naturally great at that thing as well? Problem is, people don't test enough. People don't experiment enough, so they don't usually find that thing. Wow. And this is how you follow up something as great as that series. You listen to the soundtrack. Better believe I'm going to be continuing work with this in the background. So you probably can't see this right now, but this is the first snowfall. There's a little bit of gentle, very minimal snow going on right now, which is cool. It's definitely sobering me right now in the sense that this is going to be a very good winter, but it's definitely going to be a long winter because masks are still a thing until June of 2021, which means I'm not going anywhere. So I'll just be here grinding away, being thoughtful about my grind, being gentle with myself, being loving, making a ton of progress, and getting happiness from within my control. So it's gonna be a very productive winter, I can tell you that much. Now, fall is my favorite season of the year, but there is just something so magical about getting started on winter, because I know once it's fully in the groove and we get the full-on beautiful white downfall and everything looks gorgeous, I love that. I'm not so much of a big fan of this like in-between stage. Like, I am fucking freezing right now. Jesus Christ, I forgot how cold winter is, which is a weird thing to say, but it's just been so warm for so long. Even just look at this. My like go-to spot is just being overtaken by snow slowly but surely. I'm just editing clips where I'm like in the middle of summer right now, so this is very like, this is a wake-up call to see. It's crazy. Gonna go inside now, but it is always cool to see the seasons change outside as I change inside. On a more warm note, I now have coffee, and oh my god, so nice to have a warm beverage like that after you come inside. I love it. Now, this winter is gonna be cool because now I know how to make lattes at home. And now with that skill set in mind, I'll be able to make hot drinks whenever I feel like it. So that's exciting. Yeah, gonna be an interesting winter ahead, man. In other news, I'm very, very focused right now on content catch-up, but I hear you. Okay. Let's try that again. In other news, I'm very focused on content catch-up right now, and specifically, I was eating shit temporarily in the sense that I really wanted to keep editing after the process 025 and just rip through the rest of them. But I was like, okay, I've got to make sure these are like upload ready, file ready to go type of thing. And all the descriptions and titles and thumbnails, with rare exception, done. So did all those. As you can see, like this is the process 23, for example, and this is all done, good stuff. And I rendered that out last night. Here's the process 25, for example. Here's like the title brainstorm that I do, as well as what it'll likely look like for a title. A little bit of the description. I'm still experimenting with things, man. I've also cut out time stamping and just winging titles and descriptions, especially because it just doesn't really matter that much. I'm aware that like whatever I do on SEO is just kind of not gonna matter for a bit. So I'd rather focus on just making sure I get caught up, because if I get too caught up in this perfection thing, also for editing, also for all the things right now, if I'm too caught up in perfection, I'm never gonna properly achieve the speed and pace that is required for getting caught up. So we're being diligent about that. So I begin the process 026 today. So let's quickly update my widgets, because I have not had a chance to do that yet. Editing gap, July 19th. Boom. If you're doing the math on the days, it seems like I'm not making a good enough pace for what I last did. But there was just so much extra shit I was doing in terms of fixing and the audios and all that jazz. I mean, I don't have the greatest pace, if I'm being honest, and I want to get better at that. I feel like I'm a very, very slow editor. So I wish I was better, or I wish I was faster. And I wish I was actually better as well, but we get there day by day, putting in the reps, baby. But that's about it for me right now. I want to get back to work, and I'm not really still in the mood to vlog too much, but it's nice to do these little check-ins here and there. So quick coffee sip for a sec, and I'm gonna hit the editing stage, and then later on I have the journal 007, which I'm excited about. Quick insight on the journal, by the way. There was part of me that I honestly was about to just skip this one, but then I started listing out some topics that I've been thinking about type of thing, and I'm like, hell yeah, we're gonna do this. We're definitely gonna do this. I have just too many things to talk about, and we'll see if I can shorten them, make a little bit shorter, maybe like 30 to 45 type of thing. But if they go longer, it is what it is. But I am, again, still trying to do the one cut, one shot type of thing, because that just works best for me. So, gonna do that. Gonna have a good day. Hope you have a good day as well, and I will catch you later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the journal. This is episode 7. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the journal. This is episode 7. Today is October 30th, 2020. This is the second time I'm recording this, by the way. I recorded this in the morning of today. Actually, am I even recording right now? Thank God, I am. Okay, scared. Today really taught me the power of redoing things if they're ideal. I have this problem sometimes when I record where I feel like once I record, I have to use it because that is authentic. But if I can say it in a better way, it's better that I just use the better version. If it's version 2, 3, 4, etc. It doesn't matter. But I do have this internal struggle. The more I record, the more I judge myself type of thing. So I was nervous about today's episode of the journal. The first one, I was really struggling with this idea of just like segueing, because I was just so attached to the segue. I would hit a point where, for example, I was talking about like content catch-up, and then I would mention maybe the camera, and then as soon as I mentioned the camera, I'm like, have to go into the camera right now. That was a problem because that led me in so many of the wrong directions because I was not done that point on the previous point, and I would end up wanting to come back, but then it would just be like awkward, and then I hated it. It was not good. I quickly worked out, and then I did a quick reflection, and I realized, oh shit, how about instead of every time I hit a topic and then mention another topic in that topic, I start mentioning that I'll talk about it later. So for example, when I talk about content catch-up, I hit the camera part and I'll be like, but I'll talk about that more later on in the episode, or I'll explain more why that was the case in a few moments or later in the episode type of thing. Creating an open loop, because you kind of want to know like, oh shit, why was that the case? And you're kind of just like stuck waiting now, and you kind of just have no choice but to stay. So what I did is, after that workout, I was like feeling it out. I'm like, should I not? And I had decided to record, and I am so glad I did because that came out so much better after directly applying what I just said right there. It was fucking amazing, actually, how much was progressed within that tiny period by just reflecting and then immediately applying what was reflected on. Lesson of the day: instead of segueing into another topic, just create the open loop of, we'll talk about that in a moment type of thing, and create the interest and incentive of sticking around. That was beautiful. I loved that. I think it actually came out 15 minutes longer, but it was just so much better. There were such better pauses. I said a lot less ands, ums, and all types of pointless transition words that are just ends up being fillers that I have to cut in normal vlogs, but I can't really cut those because I'm trying to make this like a one cut, even though it ended up being two, but it's okay. I fucked up the one part so bad. I was just like, fuck this. I'm just doing a two cut. I literally had no idea what to say. But yeah, happy Joshua's gonna go eat now. This is a recording day mood right here. Oh my God, it's so good. As is this, the perfect chili dog with the perfect chili this time. Bless up to the food and drink gods.
I knew you would be in here. No, man! He likes the flowers. Hey. How many alcohol did you need?
I had an appointment with Dr. Unk.
Oh, yes! We love Dr. Unk.
JK, I haven't had an appointment with him since 2016.
Flowers.
Cat.
He likes them. Very good.
Oof. Oh!
Oh, did I scare you? I did scary. Oh, I did scary. Come on now. Go downstairs.
Goodbye, cat. It's Halloween right now, and I am so tired right now. I was helping my grandmother move on my mom's side, and holy fuck. I'm currently listening to Essentialism. This move was the opposite of Essentialism. I witnessed so much inessential stuff that should have been thrown out, should have been burned, should have been given away, should have been sold. At its worst, I saw a box of newspapers. Just newspapers. Like, why was that there? A box of empty alcohol bottles. I'm just like, why is this here? I also saw tons of kid toys, as if she has young kids or grandkids, but we're all grown up now. All of this stuff that just didn't matter. I didn't realize how bad it was until I like started opening some boxes, and I'm just like, what the actual fuck? Like, a specific moment when I was like, oh fuck, is when she tried to give me a lamp, and she didn't just try to give me the lamp. She's like, oh, that was my dad's lamp. And I'm like, oh God, it all makes sense now. It's because you attach a story to it, and that story in her eyes is giving it meaning. But what I know is that it's fueling her attachment. The stories you tell yourself absolutely do contribute to the meaning. And if you're telling yourself some bullshit story about how it was someone you have to keep it type of thing, that's how you become a hoarder. This is timely for me because I am trying to get better at this myself. What is essential, keeping that, and then cutting the rest. You can just get clarity from that which you don't want. And after doing that today, after spending enough time with all that bullshit that should have been thrown out, I just have absolute clarity now that essentialism is the fucking way. So just another major reminder to never do things like that and not put people through that as well, because that's insanely selfish in my opinion. But I was just disgusted at it all. Like, Nana, I love you to death, and that was just disgraceful what I just witnessed. I was also very fucking clear with her that if she doesn't change, I am never helping her move again. That was insane. I'm not going to be the one to enable her. I'm really just done with people's low standards. It's not just Nana, like people's low standards in general I'm just sick of. So I have to start quote unquote penalizing people for that and being clear if they don't change that I can't help them in certain ways. It's tough. Gotta be done though. Alright, I gotta do more editing. Goodbye. Snow gang. Cat.
I don't know if you did that or...
Go be. Come here. I love you, Daddy. Get a roar.
All of you. Really?
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Nice. Thank you. Lovely.
Oh, I got the wrong points of view right there. Say it again.
Lovely. I like it. It's very chocolatey.
Oh, so
Yes.
good and chocolatey. So good and chocolatey.
Thank you.
I think I'm drinking an iced hot chocolate.
That's the point,
Me
but there's
too.
definitely caffeine inside. It actually kind of tastes like what I used to have for hot chocolate at Shortstop in Air. Do you agree?
Nice. Yeah.
I remember that shortstop.
So fucking good. Former barista makes kick-ass mochas. It's crazy to think that I was a barista for a bit. It's so foreign now. But the skill lives on, and I still make kick-ass fucking drinks.
It's like a lemur. Remember the leaping lemur guy?
I'm thankful for distractions like this beautiful boy. I love him so fucking much. Ever since I got this chair, he just likes to come up and come hang out with me, because he couldn't do that on the ball, so we do this now. In other news, this vlog is coming out quite fucking well. I was struggling with all types of doubt during this because there was so much stuff, and as I'm going through essentialism right now, it's all about making cuts. And I was struggling to find what those essential moments were. So I started making lists. I started prioritizing what the most important moments were, getting kind of okay with cutting things that I don't think should make it in the final product, and then just moving them to a separate composition. So if I ever need to, I can come back and get that, but the odds are I probably won't. And basically just like killing your darlings has been useful. It's kind of tough. It's not still great, but it gets easier each time you do it. If I haven't said this, which I don't think I have, my hair is just fucked right now because this is what it looks like after I take it out of the bun. Getting back to what I was saying, I've gone through all types of doubt throughout this process, questioning my creative abilities. I'm like, fuck, I thought I was better than this. I thought it was easier to make cuts, but if I had all this insightful, because this is the most insightful vlog I think I've had. I spend a lot of time just dropping pure gold, and it was a lot of like talking head moments. So was just trying to find ways of making it interesting and still making it really valuable to the end listener and watcher. And I even had like the moment where the moment where I found my recent iteration of my purpose, and I had to like try to make it interesting by using like very dramatic music and stuff like that. So it's just all types of stuff like that, man. I don't think I'm going as fast as I would like to in terms of my expected content catch-up timeline, but we're getting there, bit by bit, day by day, step by step, bird by bird, which I just started yesterday, by the way. Phenomenal. Got recommended by Tim Ferriss years ago, and I just never have taken the time to read it, so I'm just going through it on Audible right now. It's beautiful. But yeah, my life right now is just content, catch up, vlog, improvement on my communication, on my editing, on my storytelling, and also working a tiny bit on Notion right now. As you got to see, this bad boy right here, reworking the way I think about my systems and how they connect to each other, and potentially deleting a lot of what I've used for areas before and making it more like a pillar, because August Bradley's updates have just shaken me completely. Also redesigned my dashboards so they all look different now. Quick add, main views and stuff like that, and then the databases, areas down below, some reminders, etc. Also redesigned Moxey Unlimited's thing, similar type of view going on here. Scorecards down here now. My life, baby, my life. I'm having a lot of fun though, gotta say, having a lot of fun. Example of something being cut, here is me reviving a butterfly. And as much as I want to keep this in, I can't. Just kidding, I made it super short and made the cut as well. And every minute counts in these types of things, and I'm just trying to make them the best quality possible, and that means cutting out the 7s, the 6s, even sometimes the 8s out of 10. So it's tough, but it has to be done. Another important thing as well that I learned from the process 26 is like, yo, if there's a long ass moment and I probably shouldn't keep it in, I can also just heavily cut it instead of full on removing it. Meaning, look at this. The original clip was like 30 minutes long, and I just kept doing these fast cuts to keep it very interesting, very entertaining, very engaging. It's also useful because it's early on. I feel like the earlier on you do fast-paced stuff, the more it's gonna hook people in and stuff like that. So anyways, all types of stuff going on right now for me. But we're getting there, day by day by fucking day. And then sometimes you just decide to get a buzz at 3 p.m. It happens. It happens. See ya. Fuck. That's freeing, deleting things that you're scared to delete. But Aries is getting a refresh right now, and I am just minimizing things, especially after seeing some of August Bradley's new tweaks I'm a fan of. So we're simplifying areas, moving things a little bit more to tags, and realizing that the flow is different than I expected. Growing, adapting, changing, evolving, always. So definitely simplistic is the way here, and holy fuck, I put off deleting that shit for a long time, but it's a fast way of doing it. Even though I might have just fucked myself completely over, but We'll see. Probably not, because things don't matter as much as I would like to convince myself that they do. And just to give you a little bit of a more clear perspective of why this is useful, think about every time you're adding a task, every time you're adding a piece of wisdom that you come across, every time you're adding something that you find online, and every single time you have to add multiple pieces of information, including areas, which is just a clusterfuck. So I already have to add tags, but I also have to add like a main category type of thing, which is great and all, but like if the main category is already attached to the subcategories, I don't need to do it twice. The less barriers I have to actually doing shit, aka capturing stuff and making actions happen and all of those types of examples, the more I'll actually do, and that is the goal. Fuck having everything perfectly organized. I'd much rather myself execute and do have everything I am aiming for in life. It really took 2020 for me to realize what is more important right there. Just to be clear, even though I'm optimistic as fuck, I do have times where I just don't want to do anything. And I'm going through one of those right now. I'm on the verge of a burnout. I can feel it. I don't feel like doing anything right now. I just want to move on to the next vlog, and I'm on currently the process of 26, just doing some fine detailing right now. So just going through, fixing any last little to-dos I have on my to-do list. The music selection has fundamentally changed. I'm excited about that, but just built some systems to change things up, so that makes me excited. But overall, my consciousness is just not on point right now. When your consciousness is low, that's when you have things like burnout. So throughout this, I don't exactly know what's going on right now in terms of where it's coming from type of thing, but I do know I have like a significant amount of time left on this catch up right now, and it's discouraging, and I just want to be caught up, and that is problematic in itself because it's a means to an end instead of me enjoying the process of getting there. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the process of getting closer, but I'm just maybe getting a little bit tired of so much editing and stuff like that. It's pretty much all I do right now besides Notion stuff in this exact moment. And yeah, there's just other concerns that are there's just too many like random things right now. Plus I haven't posted, which makes me question, it might be a momentum thing, so I need to maybe start posting there again. It's like, should I just wait to post until I'm back on social? And it's like, do I want those extra views, or do I not just give a fuck at all? And is it like, am I putting in 20 to 30 hours per weekly vlog just to get like 5 views? Because that's a possibility as well, unfortunately. But someday this is all going to pay off. I know that for sure. Even as I feel like just scrapping everything. I really just came on camera real quick just to capture that I am progressing, and it's not always perfect. And that it's not always unicorns and rainbows out here. So I will continue progressing, and at the same time I'm going to be looking for underlying issues, underlying causes that I can tackle, and addressing whatever's going on at as close to a root cause level as possible, so that real change can actually occur. If you're looking for a list, by the way, if you're going through something similar right now, I'll be doing things like meditation, I'll be doing things like energy work, journaling, self-awareness practices. I'll be playing games in my mind to try to isolate different things to see if I got rid of this thing, if I fix this thing, would I change emotionally and mentally, stuff like that. And if by the time I post this, I am ready to launch stuff like that, you can access energy work and potentially coaching / consulting from your boy. Would love, because it brings me probably the most joy of anything I do, is helping people solve challenges and evolve in their own life. So hit me up if that's something of interest to you. I am feeling infinitely better today. Had a great sleep last night, worked on myself energetically while I was sleeping, and oh my god, I feel 1,000 times better today. I am currently just diving into the process 27, so we're getting there on the upload schedule. We're bit by bit, step by step, day by day, we are progressing. Fun fact about editing, by the way, when I am deep in flow, I actually start to blur the lines between reality and the clips I'm editing. In this example, mom was mowing in my vlog, and ironically, she is right now, which is very strange. Sometimes shit like that happens. It's not uncommon, but I will start to question if I had a conversation that I just had in the vlog in real life. That's how crazy it gets sometimes. Also, if I'm feeling a certain way about a person in present time, it will start to be shifted by how I feel in that vlog towards that person. So if there's like a clip of them or whatever, it's a very positive clip and I'm like not feeling them right now, I'll like them even more. It's fucking hilarious. And oh my god, if I'm eating like a very delicious treat or whatever in the vlog, or drinking, it makes me want to drink and eat. It's insane. It really goes to show how powerful your environment is, so select it accordingly. My environment is apparently just my past clips, so I've definitely got to be extra aware of what's going on when I'm editing because of these types of things, man. It's crazy. But we're getting there, probably at like 40 hours now. Just cutting a bunch of stuff. I don't even know what my process is anymore. I'm just like so in the fucking trenches, it's not even funny. But I'm enjoying it a lot more today, so I'm grateful for that. I've also come to realize that the most important thing in this entire process is just sitting down. I find that the more I stay away from sitting down, the harder it is. What a concept. For whatever reason, I just like drum up energy when I'm just seated at this desk right here. And when I'm not, the farther I go away from the desk, the less I want to edit and the less I want to do the tasks that are required. Also, of course, keeping lists. I set up a new content dashboard as well. Look at this, we've got all the scoreboards right here, the content stream of what's active, where it's at in its life cycle of its creative stage, and then right under music. And then in any of these, I can just click on it. So this one, and then I can see everything that I need to see. So good, so fucking good. All these types of systems keep me gamified and in motion and keep me coming back, keep me accountable to the work. And when I am in a game, oh boy, do I ever want to just sit down and stay and keep dominating. So I've also got to be very cautious of how many breaks I'm taking. I say that like I don't watch a shit ton of movies right now. This is truly my escape because I'm not going on social media practically ever. I think I've been on social media in the past month, maybe 6 days. I'm just that disinterested right now in what's going on in the world. Like, everything's way too political, not bringing me value. I don't know if I'm bringing many people value, and it's discouraging to just go on. So right now, just trying to stay insular, trying to stay in my own little world because I just think it's best for me right now. And I'll return when I'm ready. Dues paid, whether we feel like it or not. There's something quite like a workout to relieve a bunch of built-up tension. It's as if I forgot sex and masturbation existed. Today's message is absolutely, your time will come. So be patient and put in the work. What's going on for me right now is Notion has an incredible update today. One of my most sought after features got introduced, which is property hiding. So you open a page and all the properties that are usually there are hidden automatically, and you can customize individual properties. This has been something I've been waiting for forever because it's such a focused area. And with someone like me that especially has in content stream, I have 20 plus properties. So I don't want all these to be shown. And I have these hidden, so only the main essential properties are shown. Very in line with essentialism right now. There's also a whole new view with timeline. There's also more customizable sub-page permissions. And they said this is the first step of many permission improvements to come. This means they're probably gonna get to limited views soon, which means I can send out things to clients and stuff like that without all the other clients seeing it. And that would be a special time. They also prevented infinite scrolling with the loading. So if you had a really big database, you would scroll with it and it would never stop, and it would just be a massive pain in the ass unless you use like a toggle type of thing. And then for these, I just quickly set up load 10 at first, and then it'll load 50 more if I choose to. How useful incredibly is the answer. So why am I saying my time will come in regards to all this? Well, I'm looking at my YouTube and I already see that Keep Productive's already posted about it and Danny Hatcher has already posted about it. Now, first things first, I gotta applaud their timing. They got this out very, very fast and very well done as well. And very informative, especially Danny Hatcher's, who really covered a lot of detail within his and use cases and stuff like that. But for me, I really wish I could put out a video today. I was thinking about how awesome it would be if I was in the place right now where I could put out Notion content. Like, do you know how much joy it would bring me right now to make a reaction video and a review of the new features and what was launched today? It's tough for me for some days because I want to be a part of this wave with all of the Notion explosion and stuff like that, because it's something that's so near and dear to my heart. And I want the same thing for spirituality and a couple other specific niches, but I'm not at that place right now where I can. My focus lies in getting caught up in making this backlog disappear, and I have to be patient and my time will come. It reminds me so much of Gary Vaynerchuk's story with blogging back in the day. He was watching blogging pop and he knew that he wasn't ready to do it because he wasn't a good enough writer. He didn't have a team in place that could do it for him yet, which is what he does now. And he had to just watch the wave pass in front of his eyes. And blogging's still popping in a certain way, but he technically missed most of that wave and he had to accept that. And that might be the case with Notion content. But what's reassuring is that there is not just one wave. There are many waves that come within business, within trends, and it's up to you which ones you choose to capitalize on. But just like the ocean, if you miss this wave, there is another wave coming shortly after. So that gives me hope in that I will not let myself create dedicated content besides the periodic journal and some process content here and there from my vlog, what you're seeing right now. And I have to be okay with that. It might cost me subscribers in the short term, but I just know I'm putting in the work right now to become a much better creator. And every single day I am becoming such a better essentialist, such a better video editor, such a better communicator, such a better storyteller, that it's all gonna pay off someday. I will be able to capitalize on these types of moments when I have cleared this log and I have more freedom in my creation. And I cannot fucking wait for that. By the way, I want to become a Notion ambassador. I am a fucking super user. Put me in the fucking squad. Anyways, someday. As you guys know, another reason why I'm so amped about getting caught up is I will let myself get a camera. And in the past 24 hours, that has changed. In that, I am not going to get the GH5, I don't think, anymore. Panasonic Lumix GH5 was my old target. So yesterday, for whatever reason, I decided to go to Think Media's YouTube. They posted a video. Best 4K camera for YouTube, Sony A7C versus Sony A6600. I watched a little bit and then I immediately head to the comment section with my GH5 mindset and I'm like, would you take the GH5 over these two? Quick little back and forth, and he highlighted the importance of autofocus. Big thing for YouTubers. So I pondered this more and I realized, oh my God, he is so right. I looked at some autofocus on the GH5 and it is basically ass. Like, it is not good. And autofocus speed is very high up on my rankings now for priorities of features that I require in my vlogging setup and in my podcasting setup as well. And I looked at Casey Neistat's setup and I was like, oh my God, he doesn't actually use the GH5 anymore. That was a 6-month experiment. The reason why I was really targeting the GH5 is I was so obsessed with this idea of 4K 60. Currently records 60 as we're doing this right now, but I had a very big attachment to 60 FPS up until last night. Until I went to Casey's YouTube and I looked at enough Reddit posts and I realized, oh my God, vloggers and movies do not use 60 FPS on purpose. Casey actually tried 60 FPS way back in the day. The experiment did not go well. His audience literally said, please go back to 30 FPS or 24 FPS type of thing. Crazy. So I'm still resistant to 24 FPS, but I really am considering going to 30 FPS as for my vlog going forward. And now that I don't care about 60 FPS on 4K, I am so free for all these different possibilities instead. So my entire plans have been shattered, which is great because it's all happening before it's happened, so I'm okay with it. So now the new plan is one of these two. Both beasts in their own right. The A7C is a full frame. The A6600 APS-C. They are both fucking beasts. The lenses on the A7C are a little bit pricey because it's full frame. Josh, what do you mean it's a little bit pricey for full frame lenses? These lenses are thousands of dollars, many times more than the actual camera costs. Maybe it's because I hadn't seen the G Master yet, and I think I realized that later in the night. Also, me struggling to say APS-C is hilarious. I said it wrong 3 times. I completely botched it, and I had to take it from the 4th and chop it in behind the scenes. I'm not sure if I want to go for a full frame, but I'm really trying to prioritize low light and focus, and making sure that if I'm going to spend this much money, that I do it right, and I make sure I buy the right thing. So there's no 4K 60 on both of these, and I'm completely okay with it because there's 4K 30 FPS, which I can rock, and then there's also 1080p that is just beautiful, and I could just scale it up, no problem, and use that for my 120 shots FPS. It's just super slow-mo. What really matters to me right now, massively low light conditions and making sure I do not have grain in my background. Autofocus is also massive, speed of autofocus, and object tracking and stuff like that. I also want a very accessible screen, whether that's up or sideways, so long as I can see it, that's all I care about. And price matters a tiny bit too, because I don't want to spend an eternity on lens. That's not interesting to me. I cannot really get the Sigma 16mm that I was planning to if I choose to go the full frame route, because I'm pretty sure that is designed for non-full frames. Those are my dilemmas right now, but I will figure things out. I'm excited to see where this all goes, and I am excited to get this camera, whatever it ends up being. I'm just hoping it doesn't go too far above 4K, and I mean price. And yes, with warranties, with the camera body, as well as the lenses and extra little side equipment, it will end up being around that. But I think it can be worth it. I think it can be worth it. It's gonna be a sweet reward, I can tell you that much. Anyways, again, my time will come. I will have the equipment, I will have the mindset, I will have the skill. And for now, we just build and create and Kaizen. Small, consistent improvements yield massive long-term results. I got this. You do too. Let's get it. P.S. I'm just chunking away at the Process 27 right now. We are getting there bit by bit. A few hours later. Bro, these lenses are so much. It just hurts my soul looking at so many lenses in full frame, and I'm just dead. Just dead. Goodbye. RIP bank account. Currently the plan is I'm gonna go with Tamron 17 28mm with f2.8. And I think I'm gonna go with that because I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford the full frame, almost $3,000 for a proper full frame vlogging lens. When I say proper, by the way, what I'm trying to say is the official lens from Sony, which is the G Master 16mm to 35mm if I'm not mistaken, and it's a 2.8 f. It's beautiful. I really want it. Don't know if I can get it though. Also, it's kind of discouraging knowing that I cannot even take portrait shots of myself. I was getting this camera as well just to know that, yo, I can take like nice stills of myself and stuff, but if I'm gonna be distorting myself with a vlog lens, not a vlog lens, it's technically wide angle or ultra wide angle or whatever the hell it's called. So that's discouraging, but I will figure things out. By the way, it is so easy to get lost in all this stuff. Like, I spent so much of my day today just researching all the things I can and pricing all of the different things and checking out all of the different potential options. Wow, it's enjoyable. It's actually fun, but it's also kind of stressful as well. Fuck me, need to figure something out here.